Welcome to the Quick Start for Mapping using MicroStation Connect Edition. In this video, we're going to take a look at how we create a printing layout. To create a printed layout, we begin by creating a sheet model. This can be done in the existing file or in a new file. We then attach references to that sheet model to compose our print layout. We then adjust some settings, and if we needed to add any print or sheet-specific annotations, we will do that. So we're going to go ahead and examine how to create a sheet model, look at the model properties, attach references, and clip our references. Let's get started by working in our map master file that we've been working on. And when we get that open, the first thing that we want to do is to go ahead and create a new model. We're going to go up to the Home tab, and from the Home tab, we're going to go to the Primary Ribbon Group and select Models. From here, we want to create a new model. We can create a variety of different types of models, but in this case, we're going to create a sheet model. In many organizations, you will have sheets from seeds because there may be some seed information already in the model. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a name. And a description. Here we're going to go ahead and choose an annotation scale. It's already set for us. We're just going to provide a sheet number and choose a paper size. In this case, our paper size is matched to our border, which is architectural D size paper. We can turn on some other features like annotation cell just in case we need it. We won't be using it, but it's always good to have some things on if you might change your mind later. So go ahead and click on OK, and there's our architectural D sheet ready for composition. The next thing we want to do is to make sure that we have the correct geographic coordinate system attached. So we're going to go up to the Utilities pull-down menu, Utilities tab, and select Coordinate System from the Geographic Ribbon Group. Here we want to attach a new geographic coordinate system. We're going to use the same one that we've been working with before, the EPSG 2236, in our favorites, and that's all you need to do to attach the geographic coordinate system. The next thing we're going to do is go back to the Home tab and select the Attach tools so that we can attach some references. The first thing that we want to do is to attach the border. So we're going to go over to Attach, and we're going to select Geo Border from the Border folder of the Quick Start for Mapping and Border. We have a few settings to change in here. We want it to be coincident world because we want it to line up with a sheet. We have some scales that we need to add. So we have a 6000:1 master to rough scale here. And we'll turn our live nesting on. And at this point, we should have a border attached in the background. Yeah, there we go. So now that we've got this here, the next thing we want to be able to do is to take a look at attaching our our map to this border. So before we do that, though, let's just take a quick look at some of the properties of this print model. So we're going to go ahead and select Edit Print Properties, or look at the properties of this model. We can select Properties by right-clicking, and here's the print composition. There's all the name of it. You can see that there is a border attachment here. It says none, so we want to go ahead and select Geo Border right now to make sure that that is noted, that that border is associated with that model. So now we can go ahead and get rid of this. And we are now ready to go ahead and bring in the Map Master. So I can just drag and drop Map Master into this view. And I'm going to go ahead and use the interactive method. I'll use the geographic reprojected. And we want to turn live nesting on as well. and click on OK. And it's going to go ahead and open up those shape files and bring all that data in. If I go ahead and do a fit view at this point, you'll notice that they're actually in two different locations. That's because this has been geographically coordinated, and so this is at the 0, 0, and that's way up in the millions or something like that. So we're going to need to move the border to the project area. There's a couple different ways you can do this. My favorite way is to have two views open and to tile them. So let's go ahead and do it manually, working on multiple monitors here. Now I can zoom in on one piece of geometry in one view, and I can zoom in on the other piece of geometry in the other view. So I'm looking for that project area around G3. There it is. And now I want to be able to bring this to that. So to do that, I can do that a couple different ways, but one quick and easy way to do it is to go back to our Home tab and into the Models dialog, select Print Composition, and use the Define Sheet Boundary command. From here, I want to be able to move my sheet boundary from one view to the other. So I'm going to pick it up from here and basically place it down here. So now that I've moved my border in place, I can go ahead and just expand my view and continue on here. It's a little bit hard to see this border behind all the graphics, but we'll clean it up a little bit right now. I'll turn the line weights off. That'll help a lot to let us see this kind of stuff. So for example, I want to clip away this area here called G3, just get it out of my way, and I want to turn off the display of my rasters. So a couple of different ways of approaching this. I can go take care of the rasters quickly by going up to the Home tab and select the Raster Manager from the primary ribbon group, and then just highlight all of these and turn off their display in View 1. So that makes that easy enough to do. Except actually I'm in view number 2, so let me go back over there and do the same thing over again with view 2. There we go. All right, now I can also want to turn off this G3. So a quick way to do this is to go to Level Display, and I know that this is on, by putting my cursor here, I know it's on the level default in oops, not that one right there, this G3. A little hard to get to sometimes. So much geometry here. Let's see, it's on level Geo County Grid in browardcounty.dgn. So I can highlight this, find County Grid, and just turn that one off. There we go. Now I got rid of those. And the last step here for me would be to use my clipping tools. So I need to clip away all of my geometry outside of the border. So to finish my composition. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit close to this. I'm going to use this inner line here to be my clipping boundary. That's easy enough to do. I'm going to go back to my attached tools, pick up references, highlight this file, and then say I want to clip it. And I can clip that reference using an element. And this is the element I want to use. Oops, I accidentally highlighted both of those. Let me undo that. Didn't mean to highlight GeoBorder 2. Just wanted this one highlighted. There we go. So I wanted to retain all my border information, didn't want to clip away that. Now I can turn on my line weights and my fill view attribute, for example. Or I could leave the line weights light if I wanted to. And I now have my composition ready for printing, which we'll do in the next video.